So I believe it's just as important to, make this request, but to also give an offering, just in the exchange, fair trade. Um, so this is called Howl for the Rent. It was written while I was pacing the city. I walk the city a lot until my shoes are worn down, miles and miles. I've been doing it most of my life. Started it when I was really struggling with my mental health in my teens. And I was walking around. I had made it all the way to North Beach, and my plan was to, loop back a few miles, a few casual miles, not entirely to the Presidio, but at least to, the marina, to sit by the water. And so I like to listen to music at the water, try to kind of time travel and be somewhere that I'm not, because things are strange here sometimes. And so I was thinking of Ginsberg for whatever reason. It was something about the smell in the air, literally. Thinking about Allen Ginsberg, thinking about my city, thinking about myself, thinking about everything. When I saw some coyotes run across Crissy Field in the night. I recognized them because when I was living over towards the Cow Palace, where they all hang out in rows, I got pretty good at spotting them at night because I would have to avoid them when I was coming home from either, the club or, an event or a gig I was working or a memorial or a celebration or whatever. I'm rambling now, but there's a motorcycle passing, so I have to wait anyway. City life. Please let me continue to live it. But anyway, this is called Howl for the Rent. Saw the best minds of my generation discarded, shoved from their homes by the ironclad hands of the girl boss Gestapos, fingers sliced by BLM signs and neoliberal windows, kneeling on concrete outside of a capitalist gilded shrine, hands outstretched towards the vanishing skyline. Yes, I'd love to change the world, but I do not know what to do. The band plays on 10 years after, on repeat, rattling in my tape headphones, the echoes of an empty wallet lingers like to-be-paid debts and half-finished bottles. A corner store cocktail and fiscal funds, fiscal frauds puncture my prayers, so I dial the angel numbers, speak in riddles, convinced that words alone will buy back time and dissolve the demons who said they'd help but vanished behind veils when it came time to mourn. 1,500, a number that's etched in sweat-soaked dreams, a cruel calculation to keep your feet on the pavement or sleep on it instead. September looms like a guillotine, blade gleaming with promises battered into submission. 90 days to leave so another gentrifucker can raise the rent. Bipolar 2 buzzes in my skull, a neon sign with an electrical short, flickering in the dark alleyways. I walk when everyone else sleeps. Mania's cruel highs and depressive lows, OCD perceiving, twisting my perception of survival, clinging to hope between sips of something stronger and hopes of not being another statistic. And I'll leave it up to you, the lyric lingers, accusing, but I can't leave it to the world that crushes the poor beneath glee. I pick up my pen, my voice, my cry. I fight for 1,500 like it's salvation. Huddled with the locals of this centrifuge city, evicted and broken from our roots, dispatching mutual aid pleas, clutching Venmo links, howling in the hills of Frisco under the blue-blooded riptide of white-collared affluence. San Pancho treads in waves of Teslas, Waymos, artisanal eateries where artists used to drink burnt cups of coffee or mushroom tea. I'm staying because who else is madcapped enough to refuse to leave, even when it means paying in change at the store for over a month, even when it's the 75-inch big screen box I moved to dumpster dive, not for food but for flowers to gift myself so my base doesn't sit empty. I fill it with roses, daisies, poppies, tulips, dahlias, ranunculus, sage, pansies, a radical bloom to keep me snipping the stems of a revolution that may never come, or perhaps came and went and wilted with a $20 burrito. This is my city. The same street signs twist with the fog, and the mission bleeds out murals of long-dead revolutionaries, paint peeling away as they raise their fists to Silicon Valley sky gods. 1,500, I scream. 1,500 to stay alive. A body dispatched by zeros on someone else's screen. A family packed tight in memories, searching for soft ground in a city made of stone and glass. They say there's room for everyone, but for who and for what? Rents balloon as high as satellites, orbiting dreams of stability, while I comb the city for pennies, for work that doesn't rip the soul from the bones or choke the spirit in a cubicle's blue light cage. The tech titans build walls made of code and coldness as I stand in the shadow of skyscrapers. asking, who's going to save us? I'd love to save the world, my headphones cry, but I don't know what to do. And neither do we, except to hold out our hands to the friends of friends, to whisper prayers into algorithms, to find my humility in a spreadsheet, to write the same story over and over and hope cyclically that someone, anyone, will read it and reach back. Is this what it means to survive? To be at the altar of capital, while a city gentrifies every memory we have. But there's nothing we can do except breathe and knock on the doors of strangers, asking if they have 1,500 or at least 1,000 to spare, to save a soul from being swallowed by this glittering machine of progress, of pain, of pollution. I howl for the rent, for the ones who wonder and wander. Where will we sleep tonight? When will the trucks stop passing by? When will the tents disappear? When will the people reappear? When will the money be prideful but prosperous to the peoples of this city by the bay?